Is this Snoopy? Look at that.
Zilla. I'm afraid to say his name in this.
Yeah, don't say it. Don't say anything. Be quiet. Don't say anything, George. If you move, you're going to be in a world of trouble. Check this out. Look how trained that alligator is right there. Wow. That is incredible.
So something interesting, I'm touching his ISOs, his integumentary sensory organs, just for me to see if I could get a little bit of a reaction out of him, to see his mindset, how sensitive he is. Because sometimes I'm touching that side right there, he's thinking about eating it, but if he swung really hard, I definitely would not have put my head that close. I am reading his behavior for the most part. Now there's always room for something unforeseen, but for the most part, whenever I touch his face, I'm doing it also because I like it, but it also gives me kind of a read on what he's thinking about, if that makes sense. But notice if I tap the side, he's like, oh, is there food there?
Yeah, so they have sensors all around their mouth.
And if you're curious too, since we're like over here, we can look at his...
Oh.
Right there. That nicotinating membrane.
Yeah. They have a membrane over their eye right there where they can actually literally close it. It gives them a little protection and also helps them see better underwater. It's called a nicotinating membrane. Look at that. Look at that mouth on that guy. And go inside the mouth of an alligator right here for you guys.
This is Snoopy. He's really good with his name. Snoopy.
Snoopy the alligator. So I'm hanging out with George at the Everglades Holiday Park. And George is one of the gator wranglers here. He's always doing the shows out here working with these alligators, training these alligators. These are all nuisance alligators. They're all alligators that basically were deemed a nuisance by the state of Florida, so they can't be in the wild. All right, guys, we're gonna do a roll call here. George's gonna introduce us to every one of these alligators. Test time, George.
Snoopy.
Snoopy.
Zilla.
Zilla.
Dingo.
Dingo.
We got Muttley over there.
Muttley.
Sebastian in that corner.
Sebastian's taking a nap over here.
We have Swamp Thing over there. The wall over there, we have John. We have Jigsaw all the way over there. Fahrenheit.
All of the alligators in the pit here.
Over here we got Flash.
Flash. Oh, Flash says he's ready to eat the camera.
We got Devo.
Oh.
Stumpy over there.
Devo?
Devo.
He's kind of coming up here too. Devo, and then we got Stumpy. Relax. There you go. Relax. You don't have to go anywhere. It's all right. All right. So we are hanging out here with Zilla, and what are you doing? Are you eating sand? Bro, why are you eating sand? We're hanging out with Zilla here at Everglades Holiday Park, and he's one of the alligators in the pit here. And if you come to the park, you can see him at any time. He's just chilling. He's got his mouth open. He thinks he might be getting some food, so he's got his mouth open. Alligators will also sometimes do this in the sun. They'll do something called gaping. But right now, he actually just thinks that he's getting some food. You're good. You're good. You're really good. Got an alligator here. 2 alligators behind me. And they're all kind of hanging out here. You're being good, man. You're being good. Pretty cool.
Zilla, want to lift your head up a little bit? How well behaved he is.
Yeah, he is. He's getting a little chin scratch. Chin scratch. So all these alligators are actually being trained to wait for food rather than rushing George here. And they were a little excited a little bit ago, but they're actually calming down. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're doing their stationing, waiting behavior here. Patiently waiting to see if you're going to give them any kind of food or snack. I don't know if we have any left here, but
I got one.
One. You go ahead and give him a piece here. If you guys ever wonder what an alligator skull looks like, this gator, I wouldn't be surprised if this was probably maybe like 11, maybe 12-foot gator.
Yeah, I would say
That's
so.
a big skull on that guy right here. This is what a gator skull looks like. You see
Educational piece.
the openings here, and it's very porous on the top here. And this particular skull right here, it doesn't have, I'm gonna try to open it here. It doesn't have any teeth in it. They actually took the teeth out of here. But you can see that big, look at that mouth, look at that size on that. So that's your gator skull. I'm trying to open it with my finger and I'm still gonna he doesn't even have teeth and it's getting me, man. It's getting me even with it doesn't have teeth.
This is Jigsaw right here.
That's Jigsaw right there.
Yeah. One of our nicer alligators by far. Yeah. It's called Jigsaw because he has this funny little like jigsaw puzzle piece missing from his face right there, but he's pretty gosh darn nice.
I am hanging out with George at Everglades Holiday Park, and he is hanging out with Jigsaw, the alligator. Look at this. Look at this. You can just chill right there with Jigsaw. Jigsaw doesn't mind. Starting to fall asleep. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that, guys. He's closing his eyes, taking a little nap. And George is out here doing shows. And you can come to Everglades Holiday Park and you can see George in action, man.
Yeah.
Wrangling alligators.
A lot of wrangling. It's more like giving your dog a bath.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about Jigsaw here.
Jigsaw, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know his capture story. I think he was caught from a boat ramp, but I might be wrong. I think what I was told is that he was a fed alligator and there was a lady walking on the edge of the boat ramp and he was just ever so diligently following her, waiting for her to throw him something, which was enough of a cause for him to be brought over here. Now he's a nuisance alligator. His only options, sadly, are just captivity or death. If they're under 4 feet, they're allowed to be released, but this guy, not so much. So he's gonna live the rest of his life in captivity, and I think he has it pretty gosh darn good. Yeah, and that's where he gets that name right there.
Jigsaw. Oh, because he's got the little cut.
Yeah.
It's like
a puzzle piece.
It's like a
that's
puzzle
missing.
piece that's missing out of his jaw, so that's where he gets the name Jigsaw. And he is just chilling, totally cool, totally calm, and acclimated to you.
Yeah.
He's one of the many alligators here at Everglades Holiday Park that is chill, calm, trained.
Trained. That's a good word.
And we got gators over here looking out. They're checking out what's going on here. So we don't want to forget about those ones, right?
Yeah.
But they're all pretty chill here. And any idea how old Jigsaw is?
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea. There really isn't a good way to tell age. He could be, I can only guesstimate. The best way to tell is to literally count when they were born, but they also have a bone in their ear that if you were to euthanize the animal, you could look into that bone and basically count the rings to get an idea. But I would say he's maybe 20-ish. But like, for example, let's say if we have 2 baby alligators, you feed one twice as much as its sibling, that individual's probably gonna grow at twice the speed within the same amount of time, if that makes sense.
If you look at his back here, you can actually see the scoots on him, and those are kind of like the armor. He's got a armored kind of platy osteoderms underneath there that can protect him if he gets bit by another alligator, things like that. He's chilling out here on the shade here just to kind of regulate his temperature. They are reptiles, so their temperature is based upon their environment. So this is Zeus.
Yeah.
And this is George and Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hanging out with George and Zeus at Everglades Holiday Park, and Zeus is another one of the real. Oh, where you going, Zeus? Where you going, bro? Where you going? He says.
Let's see where he goes.
We're going this way, man. We're going this way. He is another one of the very friendly alligators here at the park. He's been worked with a lot and trained, and he just said that spot's better for him. Now he's got a blind eye?
Yeah.
I see. Looked like maybe he got bit by another alligator at some point. You can see in his eye right there. He's it's totally scarred over there. Is there actually an eye?
Yeah. He still has the membrane.
The membrane's still there. It's just dark and black. Ah, that's cool. You can see a little bit of an eye there. Can he see it all out of there?
No.
Probably not. He's completely blind on that eye. Wow. So that'll happen a lot when, so that kind of thing will happen a lot when alligators are fighting along with each other. You'll often see alligators that are missing legs, they'll miss toes and things like that. And if the tooth hits the right spot, it can go ahead and damage their eye. Oh, he's blind in both eyes.
Yeah. So his name is, are you recording?
Yeah.
So his name is Swamp Thing, and from what I remember, he ate 2 Pomeranians.
So that's why he's here. He
Yeah.
ate two pets. 2 pups. Look at that. Look at that. So what's this guy's name?
So this guy's name is Zilla.
That's Zilla. Oh, that is Zilla.
He's
Oh,
one of my favorites. He's like, oh no, why are you touching
he
me?
can be feisty sometimes.
Oh yeah, he can be. Especially when food's involved. That's just his personality generally. He's just like, food, 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 food.
There you go.
But he's relatively chilled out a bit.
So that's Godzilla,
He's our second biggest.
second biggest alligator at the Everglades Holiday Park here.
I am struggling so much to get his head up just above the water.
Look at the teeth on that guy. That guy is beefy.
He is very beefy.
He's beefy. You're probably working hard to hold him up, but he's one of the feistier ones sometimes with some of the other alligators, right?
Oh yeah.
But look with you, he's been super chill with you.
He's like,
And there's like he could have bit
Oh,
you
he
there,
could've, yeah.
but he just simply doesn't want to. He's been worked with and trained so much that he doesn't have the desire to do that. He knows that George is just showing him off here, and that there's no harm or anything that's going to come to him. That's the thing. Alligators, they're very defensive. They think that there's a reason why they might, you know, need to be afraid.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
these alligators here know that you work with them
Yeah.
every single day.
They know I'm not going to hurt them. They know I'm not a threat. So for the most part, they tolerate my existence.